Here's something I think will help you. Proverbs chapter 22 verse 2 says what? The rich man and the poor man have one thing in common. God made them both. Now when I first read that verse, I was living in Baintown. And my daddy would tell you, we were living in an area, we didn't even know we was poor, because everybody around us was, living the same way. But when I read that, I got angry at God. I almost cursed God when I read that. Because I was a young man reading that verse, and it says, the rich and the poor have one thing in common, God made them both. That to me meant that God made rich people, and God made poor people. The problem was I was the poor one. So I became angry at God because he didn't make me one of the rich ones. Until I read the rest of the verse. It says, the rich and the poor have one thing in common. God made them both. And God gave sight to both. Now the last part blew my mind. When I did the research on this verse, here's the way it's written in the original Hebrew. God makes people. Some become rich, some become poor based on how they see. Let me say it again. God makes people. That's what he makes people. Some become rich, some become poor depending on how they see. So poverty is a product of how you see life. And richness is a product of how you see life. I remember this true story of two young men who used to go to California, University of Southern California. And during the summer, they decided to go on a summer break and visit India. And both of them went to India, and they put their backpack on, the cut-off jeans, and they, saving up money to go to India. And they went to Bombay and Calcutta on these trains, these two young guys out of college, and they spent the whole summer in India. And they were riding all through those cities. They saw millions of poor people sleeping in the streets in mud, under cardboard boxes. I mean, in India, it was filthy. And these guys were overwhelmed. And one morning, they were living in a hostel. And the guy opened the window, looked out on the porch, second floor, and he saw, as far as his eyes can see, Indians in poverty. Barefooted, bareback. Kids with no clothes on, living in the mud, flies crawling all over the people. They were sleeping under boxes and tin and under the bridges. And the guy was so overwhelmed with it. He says, man, he started crying. He says, gosh, man, look at the poor people. And they don't have any shoes on, no clothes, man. And his buddy came to the window. He said, yeah, man, wow.